Hello and welcome to another update from North Carmyllie. I have some news, I have some things to share, and I have some videos. So, just going to get right on into it. We've got some clips from the Model Rail show in Glasgow, as well as some new additions to the layout and some work that I've been doing. Crack on with it. So I got to attend Model Rail Scotland this year, which was the first time actually going. Didn't get the chance to last year as I didn't get the time off work, so I made the choice to go this year, mainly because the wife needed to go to Glasgow, so I got pushed in the direction of the show, but it was a good excuse to go nonetheless. I did have a good time there. I had chance to see all the pre-orders that I'd put in on various models from like Scale and Track and a few other manufacturers, and seeing just how much money I've spent and what I'm getting in the end when they finally release. But it was a good time. There's some really nice layouts. Really nice layouts. There we go. The words are there. Really nice layouts were there that I got a lot of inspiration for and a few ideas, some of which I'm going to explain at the end of this video here because I've got a little bit of an update about that. But yes, it was thoroughly enjoyable. Lots of stalls, lots of things for sale that I wanted to buy, but I had to restrain myself. House move, can't spend, need to keep money, or at least keep the minimum to spending. But I also got a chance to meet Richard from the creator of New Junction. He was also there for, obviously as part of the Scale booth. Very nice guy, very nice opportunity to go speak to him. As it was his videos alongside videos by Dean Park and Everard Junction that got me back into the hobby. So he was partly to blame, and I said it was your fault. And yeah, he was a nice guy. I'd like to chat with him more in the future when it wasn't as hectic as the booth was. But aside from that, great day out, thoroughly enjoyed it, and I'll probably go again next year. And now for some updates. So first of all, I've got this Class 33 now from Helgen, which was on offer from Rails of Sheffield, so I picked one of these up, slapped in a lovely sound decoder from Roads and Rails, and managed to get myself these lovely nameplates, which were actually really nice, and I will probably have to get some more in the future for different locomotives in my fleet, but yeah, the Railtech transfers that I got for it were spot on, and I can't thank them enough for the service. Next is actually something that I've been not only incredibly surprised, but also been like, I'm so glad they've come out as well as they have, but that is the renumbering of the Heritage Line HST. Now, this is completely based off the 125 Groups HST that they operate, and I went through the process of renumbering and renaming not only the power cars, but also the Mark III carriages in its rake. Now, when I posted this, the 125 Group were nice enough to offer assistance and asked if I needed anything to let them know, in which I did. I asked them very politely, may I please use sort of like your the 125 branding, etc, etc. And not only did they give me full permission, they sent me the images and even offered to do a photo shoot in the near future, which I'm going to have to take them up on. So a bit more additions to the layout. So here's some more Acura scale 21-ton wagons. I did originally pick up the 3 plus the exclusive, but I just thought it wasn't quite long enough. I picked up another 3. These are going to form one of a handful of small pre-made sort of Heritage Line freight sets that I'm going to have on the layout. This is one of them. Another will have some of the Hattons / Acura scale Warwells. Another one with mixed sort of vent vans and plank wagons, etc. And also another type of freight, which I plan to have, that I've had in the works for a little while. We're trying to find the right wagons, just hasn't been particularly easy because they all seem to be exclusive limited editions. And those are anything Scottish. So these are the three I've got so far. The Garbridge Paper Co. was probably one of the hardest. I had to get this one from a Backman set, but I am going to try and get my hands on one of the Cooper Model Rail Club's sort of own Dapol ones. That's on my list to find. Okay, so here's the news. So obviously, house move, it's been in the works for a while. Still haven't found the house, so it's not that. Trying to find the right place with a big enough space for a new place for the model trains, and a place that the wife is happy with is not easy. It's very difficult to find, but we are actively looking. However, when I was at the Model Rail Show in Glasgow, and I got to see all these layouts, it gave me a few ideas. Obviously not just in terms of the future of the layout that I plan to build once I've moved, so the main sort of city station slash heritage area with engine sheds, etc. I got a lot of ideas for that at the Model Rail Show. I got another idea, and this is an idea that is battering around my head right now. I'm currently in the process of looking into options and how big and various other sort of bits of detail, but I'm actually considering taking down the North Carmyllie layout very soon. And by very soon, I mean within the next sort of few weeks. Now, this is for a number of reasons. One is I don't really want to put more time into the layout in itself. I don't want to be repairing, I don't want to be adding more detail, I don't want to be trying to find more places to put more trains that keep appearing at my doorstep because Accurascale is releasing this, that, and the other, or whatever other train I bought. With that, it just makes things easier to start taking it down sooner rather than later. It means I'm not in a hurry when the time comes when I find a house. But that also then means I haven't got a layout. I haven't got anywhere to run any trains. That is somewhere I don't want to be. It's a position I don't want to be in. I have many things on pre-order. I want to run everything the moment they come through the door. And with the trip to the Model Rail Show in Glasgow, the idea was, what about a portable layout? Now, I don't mean the old Hornby sort of kids little carry set thing. I've still got mine, actually. Used to come with a little 040 shunter, 2 wagons and a little carriage, and it was a battery-powered thing. You go around in circles. I don't mean that, if that's what you were thinking. Now that's in my head. I want to get mine from the room and actually mess around with it because it's quite cool. But anyway, no. I'm thinking of a more build it like an exhibition layout, something that you would take to a show. Doesn't mean I'm going to take it to a show, I'm just going to build it in that sort of way. But do it in such a way so that I can move it easily once I move. And then work on it while I'm getting the new layout ready. Because I don't know how long it's going to take from the moment I move to getting the attic space converted, if it needs converted, or the baseboard ready, or if I don't have attic space, maybe it's a different room. I don't know yet. Obviously, the house hasn't been found. I don't know what space I'll have. I could take down this layout tomorrow, take the sledgehammer to it, completely destroy it, get rid of it in the skip, and it could be a year, 2 years, before I am ready to start laying track again. That's a long time to wait, and it's a time I don't want to wait. So this idea of building a small sort of layout that is designed to be taken apart, as in the baseboard separated and then moved between A and B, seems more and more like a logical option as the more I'm thinking about it. So the more I think about it, the more I'm thinking, ooh, that's a really good idea. I should do that. And I'm not going to lie. I am really trying to think this through, and the more I think about it, the more the North Carmyllie layout sort of end of the line days are getting closer. It is highly likely that it is going to happen in a few weeks. I'm still doing a lot of the math, I'm still working it all out, but it is looking that way. Now, what I'm using to sort of plan, or potentially plan this, is this book. I've had it for many, many years. Broke it out of whatever box it was in. It's a little bit older than you'd think, but it has some pretty good ideas in it. And I've been using it to judge roughly how much space I could potentially have for setting something like this up, and how many carriages and what sort of layout it could look like. Obviously, it's just to give me an idea. I'm not going to be basing layouts directly on this book. It's just sort of, like, for example, I've got 3.2 meters in length in the fiddle yard currently on North Carmyllie. So therefore, I'm going to, the way that I'm planning all this and working all out, it's 3.2 meters long by about 60 centimeters wide. And I'm just using this book to see what fits in that space. I'm trying to keep it as straight as possible. I don't want to have any curve. I don't want to have it go off at a 90-degree angle or anything like that. I'm trying to work out what can I fit in this sort of space, how will the fiddle yard end work, and how many carriages would I expect the sort of layout to hold, and where would I set it? The idea is it's still going to be part of the North Carmyllie or the Carmyllie sort of line. It's actually going to be more like a terminus station, or a sort of, I don't want to say a branch line off the heritage line, but it's going to be a set in the same sort of location. It's going to be a part of the same railway, but a much smaller station, probably about 3 carriages. I don't think there'll be a main line element to it. It's just going to be predominantly heritage. But I haven't planned it yet. I don't know. It's just ideas going through my head. But as these ideas go through my head and I'm looking at my layout currently for North Carmyllie, it does dawn on me more and more that eventually I'm going to have to take this down. And it is sad, but I knew the day was going to come. You knew the day was going to come. I've been saying it long enough. And yeah, it's a bit upsetting. It is. I've put a lot of work into this, and it's a day that I partially did not want to come, but at the same time, it's a new start, new layout when this goes. So yeah, it's a bit of a double-edged sword there, isn't it? Nonetheless, change needs to happen. And I'm going to be planning this for a little while, and don't worry, I will keep you up to date on what happens next. And so yeah, that when I said the whole 3.2 meters, this whole back end here is what I'm going to be using for my sort of scaling to figure this all out. And yeah, means I can box everything up, or a lot of the stuff up, and have everything that's under the table, under the baseboard, all boxed up or thrown away or whatever, get it all tidied, ready to go. Because this room is actually going to be the worst to sort of sort when the time comes to move. So doing this sooner is probably a good thing. And whether or not I do intend to use it as a exhibition layout, once I have moved and I start working on the baseboard on the new layout, I am actually considering. But the plan is make it portable so when I move I can take it with me. I am, however, going to do it slightly differently. I'm not going to use my power cab for this layout. I'm actually going to use Hornby's new Bluetooth dongle. Mainly because I have it, I have a select controller, and I'm not going to be using it on the main layout, so it's a good excuse to use it. But I will let you know in the future when this is going to happen, and it'll be soon, probably. So just so you're aware that when this new micro layout, if it does go ahead, it'll be a new series. And with the main layout, when I do get around to making that, that'll be an additional little series. So you'll be able to see it as different playlists on YouTube. And then eventually the North Carmyllie will come to an end. And like I said, it is a sad day, but think of the positive. I get a new layout coming soon. You get some... I'm actually going to record from day one how I'm building everything. So if this mini layout goes ahead, I will record and I'll document it and I'll actually show you me building it as opposed to, hey, I did this last week. So it's more content and more of me trying not to mess up speaking into a microphone. So I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I will let you know very soon, hopefully, the future of, well, everything. So, thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.